everyone, and welcome back again. And today I'm going to be showing you some different palettes that you can use for oil painting. This is the physical palette itself. So let's get started, and I'll show you the different ones available that you can use. Now this is the traditional wood palette, like this. These are the ones that come with the plein air easels. This one's about maybe 11 by 14. And this one's pre-finished. And sometimes you'll see these sold in stores and they'll just be raw wood. Now if they're raw unfinished wood, then you need to finish it and seal it before you begin using it for oil painting. Because if you just put oil paints out on the unfinished raw wood, all of the oil will soak right in, and there won't be enough left of oil left in your paint in order to make it usable. So this one, because it came with the plein air easel, is finished already. It's varnished and everything, and stained. But if you get, like I said, if you get a raw one like this that's unfinished, I believe the thing that you want to use is tung oil. I think it's tung oil is what they recommend finishing it with. And then, so you follow the directions for finishing it with tung oil, which you can get, I think, at a hardware store. To seal it, or you can get these ones that are pre-finished like this, and of course this one's square, so it fits inside that French easel, but your thumb goes through the hole and you hold it like this. But they also make them, the standard oval shape too, where it's got the hole in the thumb but it's got the oval shape. So, and they come in a number of different sizes. And if you want to buy a pre-finished one that's very nice, I recommend maybe trying one of these New Wave palettes. Now these come pre-finished, so they're ready to paint on. And this New Wave company, they're in Lancaster County, Pennsylvania. Excuse me, I'm sorry. I have friends who live there. I should know better. It's Lancaster. So it's in Lancaster County, Pennsylvania. And it's handcrafted right there. It's made in the USA, which I like. And the company was started by these two brothers, I think, if I remember correctly. And they make all these different shapes and sizes of palettes. So, and they come with this finish ready to paint on, so it's already varnished and everything, so you don't have to finish it. You can just start painting, but the finish on this is really beautiful. So, and it's meant to stand up to a lot of solvents. And I should just say I have no affiliation with this company. I'm not getting reimbursed to advertise them or anything like that. I just thought it was a really nice product. So if somebody wants to invest in one of these, you can. They do make the standard ones with the thumb holes. They make really big ones. They make smaller ones than this too. This is a tabletop palette they have. So that's the New Wave palette. So you can try that if you want. This is wood. I prefer the wood palettes myself, and that's what I've always used. Just because I like traditional things. And now this one hasn't been used yet, but the sheen that builds up on a wood palette when you use it is really, really nice. So I'll show you the one that I use. Now I've temporarily cleaned it off here. I've taken the paint off so I can show it to you. And so this is my standard palette. Now I typically don't, it does have the thumb hole, but I typically don't hold it like this when I paint. I put it on the tabletop, so I use it like a tabletop palette. But this is the sheen on it, and this finish is the natural finish that's built up on this just from use. So I don't know if you can quite see that in the camera, but it's like becomes this beautiful, smooth, like varnished finish. And that's just from all the linseed oil and the solvents and the varnish and everything that keep getting rubbed in over and over and over and over as you use it, for years. And I've had this one for about 10 years now. So I try to keep this area where I paint cleaned off. But this is a Richardson arm palette made by the Richardson company. But this one came raw, unfinished wood, so I had to finish it with the tung oil. But then this is the patina that it's naturally formed over the years. So this is the one that I chose to go with. It's my favorite type of palette, the traditional wood palette. But it's not for everybody, because you do have to keep them cleaned off. So if you want to try a glass palette, glass palettes are a good way to go. Now this is one that I bought years and years and years ago and ended up never using, because I just personally don't prefer glass, but a lot of oil painters swear by the glass palettes. This is, I think, tempered glass, so it won't break. They like it because the glass is real easy to clean off. You can just wipe it right off or scrape it right off, and it's really, really easy to clean up. And it doesn't, because the glass is non-absorbent, you don't have to worry about finishing it, anything like that. The only thing that I would recommend if you're going to get a glass palette is maybe spray painting the backside with like a neutral gray or neutral tan paint, so that you have like a neutral tone to work on rather than just the clear glass, because depending on where you are, if you take it outside, if you're in the studio, what's showing through here could affect your color mixing. So if you get the glass, I would recommend painting the backside. So glass is something that you can try if you want. And then last but not least, you have the easiest and most convenient, which is these wax paper tear-off palettes. And these come in pads, usually 50 or 25 sheets. And basically this is what you always see me using in my videos. But these are the Gray Matters Richardson palette. They also, almost every company makes. So Blick makes their own. You can get one from, every other company. Probably Jerry's has their own paper tear-off palette. And these are easy because you don't have to clean it. You just put your paints out, and when you're done using it, you just, take the sheet, tear it off, throw it in the garbage. So you don't have to worry about keeping it clean. The only inconvenient part is that unlike a standard palette like this, where you can leave your paints out most of the time, which I do, because I always wanted to be ready to paint. Typically, most of the time I'll leave my paints out on here because oil paint dries so slowly, and then I can just add to it as I use it, so it's always ready to go. And then if I'm going to be away on vacation or something and I'm not going to be home for a long time or painting for a long time, I can transfer the piles to like a paper plate or something and put it in the freezer, which keeps it from drying out. But on this, you have to lay out your paints every time. So every time you want to paint, you have to squeeze paints out again, because this is meant to be disposable. So it's kind of 6 of one, half dozen of the other, where you want to save time cleaning up and having to put your paints out. But this is an option for somebody. This is good for, if you don't have a lot of storage space in your studio to store a palette, a big palette like the one I have. This is, an option as well. So, these are perfect for my videos because I can tear each one off and throw it away as I make my demonstrations and stuff. So this is another option that you can use. I have heard of people making their own palettes, just from plain wax paper that they like tape down over a piece of plywood or something, and then they can tear off the wax paper and replace it every time. So that is a way to go if you don't want to spend any money at all. All you'd have to do is buy wax paper from the grocery store. But with oil paint, the most important thing is you need something that's non-absorbent. So you don't want anything that's going to soak up all your oil. So don't use like cardboard, don't use unfinished wood or anything like that. Make sure you have a surface that's meant to be painted on with oils. Because this surface is waxy, so it won't absorb, it won't absorb any paint. So I hope that this was helpful to you and showed you what kind of palettes are available, so you can choose the one that you feel is right for you. And don't be, afraid to try a couple different ones. If you have a couple extra bucks to spend and you want to try, try a wood one, see if you like it. Try the glass one, see if you like it. So hopefully you enjoyed this video and it was helpful to you. And I will see you in the next one. Take care. Thanks so much for watching. Go ahead and click on that subscribe button so you won't miss the next video. And why not spread the joy? Be sure to share my videos on your favorite social media. Don't forget to head on over to my website, walcottfineart.com, where you can see my art, read my blog, or when you join my newsletter list, you can win free art. Every month, I'll choose a lucky winner for my email list, and that person will receive a mini original oil painting. There's a chance to win every month, so be sure to sign up today so you don't miss out. Plus, you'll get my fun newsletter. See you next time.